Try and make from the hundreds, crumbs, get the money how I come.
Yo, what's good, y'all? I got a couple of gems, you know, to talk about today. And what's so interesting about these gems is, you know, like I said, I always say this. What I be talking about is not for everybody, right? Because not everybody here looking for the same thing. You know, there's people that come down to this earth and they're seeking, you know, to do just what they came here to do. And the reason why I'm laughing is because, you know, this one guy, he said it so funny. He was like, some people just come down here. No, I'm not gonna say it, bro. It was just funny as shit. But, you know, some people just come down here to do what they gotta do. And, you know, it could be as simply seeking just sexual pleasures. That's why they came down here. It's just to do that. And other people came down here, you know, just to become famous. Other people come down here just to, you know, seek God, seek some truth. And it's your job to decipher for yourself why you're down here. And this is what, you know, I'm gonna be tapping into when it comes to learning about the subconscious mind. When you start to understand the subconscious mind and learn about the subconscious mind, what you really start to understand is that there is a whole nother world, or there's a whole nother place that information is stored, and it's stored without, quote unquote, your permission. And what's so insightful about this is, obviously, people that are aware of this information, which they've been aware of it for a very long time and at very high levels, you know, they use it against people. They use it against you. And, you know, even if I could say this too, even the demons use it against you, because that's where some of them be hiding at, is in the subconscious mind. Because little did you know, the subconscious mind is where your traumas are at. And if you didn't know that, well, now you know. And that's why some people have problems, or, you know, you ever hear people go, why does this always happen to me? Well, little did you know that in your subconscious mind, there's things in the darkness that you have not shined light on. So when people go, why does this always happen to me? They're really saying they cannot see their subconscious mind. They are not aware what's inside the subconscious mind. Again, this journey of self-realization starts with you. It's a lonely path. You know, in the Bible it says something along the lines like, run your own race. Because at the end of the day, like I said, there's no way to do life, because everyone's dealt with different cards, right? So while you see someone succeeding, say financially, in an area, and you're like, oh my God, they got their shit together. And then you look at yourself and then you compare yourself to that other person. What you fail to realize is that, let's call it this, their whole matrix about how they're living and how they're moving has to do with them as an individual, and it has nothing to do with you. You know, what if you don't have none of your parents, right? And say you were adopted, and you see someone else and you grew up as a childhood friend with, and he had both parents. do you understand how much of influence and lessons and teachings and understandings that this person has by having a family inserted into their childhood versus the other person that doesn't have a family or no influences directly, their parents being, you know, the guardians of their life and waking them up every day and teaching them something and telling them this is unconsciously how the men works and this is how unconsciously the woman works, and positions and roles. And you know, you see how in-depth this can get because one grew up without parents and one didn't. That's how much you have to realize. I'm not going to say behind, but that's how much you got to realize where you are at. It's a self journey, because how can you, the word is envy, how can you envy? And even if it's not envy, maybe it's just like you're kind of like doubting yourself. You're kind of like, oh my God, well, this person got this, why don't I have it? And you may not be envying the person, but you're kind of reflecting on what you don't have. Well, you got to understand, everyone got dealt different cards. Everyone got certain accesses and positions that you don't have, and you may have accesses and positions that someone else don't have, right? And these cards that we're dealt with, you have to understand, they come with trauma. They come with doubt. They come with fear. They come with all these things, and we fail to realize, because you know, all the adults before us are like, you got to get all your shit together, you got to do this, you got to do that, yes, they're right, but again, they're wrong, because they haven't dealt with their problems. They haven't dealt with their issues and stuff.